out of beautiful illusions. Big glass windows looking out at what we used to be. I watched you smiling through the clear partitions, but I couldn't feel the warmth you directed at me. We were standing right beside each other in the hall, separated by a transparent, unbreakable wall. You can see right through my defenses, but you can't hear me scream your name. We are trapped inside our own dimensions, playing a silent, exhausting game. And we're living behind these cold glass walls, with nothing but our fragile paper hearts. One heavy word and the whole sky falls, tearing our delicate worlds apart. I reach out to touch you, but the surface is frozen, bleeding from the jagged edges that we've chosen. Two paper hearts tearing in the dark. I wrote my secrets on a folded napkin, hoping the ink would bleed right through the pain. But you just stared at the messy handwriting like you couldn't recognize my hidden pain. We are masterpieces trapped inside a gallery, wasting away for a love that isn't free. You can see right through my defenses, but you can't hear me scream your name. We are trapped inside our own dimensions, playing a silent, exhausting game. And we're living behind these cold glass walls, with nothing but our fragile paper hearts. One heavy word and the whole sky falls, tearing our delicate worlds apart. I reach out to touch you, but the surface is frozen, bleeding from the jagged edges that we've chosen. Two paper hearts tearing in the dark. Paper burns so easily when the fire gets close, but glass just shatters into a million sharp goals. I am slamming my fist against the view, trying to break my way back to you, but the barrier is thick and my hands are torn in the coldest storm that was ever born. Now we're sweeping up the shattered glass walls, holding on to what is left of our paper hearts. The ceiling collapsed and the heavy sky falls. Nothing can stop how it all falls apart. The wind carries the scraps away. There is nothing left for us to say, just a folded page torn in two. I couldn't get through. Paper hearts one with the chipped rim you always like to use. The dust is settling heavy on the kitchen floor, like the quiet truth that you don't live here anymore. I cross out the dates, but the weeks just stall, staring at the paper hanging on the wall. And I'm trapped inside a calendar full of yesterdays, flipping through the memories we threw away. Every single square is a picture of your face, a ghost of a moment that time can't erase. Tomorrow keeps calling, but I just can't stay in this lonely, crowded calendar full of yesterdays. Friday night used to be our favorite escape. Now it's just a shadow of a different shape. I found a little note you hid in mid-July, saying I love you forever, but forever was a lie. The seasons are changing, the leaves start to fall, but I'm still freezing in the spring of it all. And I'm trapped inside a calendar full of yesterdays, flipping through the memories we threw away. Every single square is a picture of your face, a ghost of a moment that time can't erase. Tomorrow keeps calling, but I just can't stay in this lonely, crowded calendar full of yesterdays. I tried to buy a new one to start it all fresh, to rip out the pages and clear out the chest, but my pen only writes the things we used to do, and every blank space just spells out you. Oh, how do I move on when the past is my home and the future is a road I have to walk alone? I'm trapped inside a calendar full of yesterdays, still holding on to the promises you made. Every single square is a picture of your face, a beautiful prison that I can't replace. Tomorrow keeps calling, but I'm too afraid to leave this broken calendar full of yesterdays. December is coming, the end of the year, but it still feels like the morning that you weren't here. Just another page to turn, another lesson I didn't want to learn. A calendar full of yesterdays, and you're still a million miles away. reach out my hand in the middle of the night, looking for the warmth that used to feel so right. But my fingers only meet the cold cotton thread in a terrifying silence at the edge of the bed. You're lying right there, only inches away, but it feels like a coastline in the fading gray. We're sharing a mattress, we're sharing a roof, but the distance between us is the ultimate proof that a heart can be broken while holding someone tight. In the suffocating quiet of a Tuesday night. Oh, there's an ocean between our sheets tonight, deep and dark and swallowing the light. I can hear the waves crashing in the space between, the coldest water that I've ever seen. We're drowning in the silence, drifting out to sea. Right next to you is the loneliest place to be. Your back is a wall that I cannot climb. We're two different ships lost in separate time. I remember the days when we tangled our toes, and the space in the middle was a place no one goes. Now it's a canyon, a current so strong it washes away where we used to belong. Did the love running ground, did the anchor just break? How many storms does a promise take? I'm crying out loud, but the wind is too loud. We're a tragedy hidden inside of a cloud. I touch your shoulder, but you don't even stir, and the ghost of us fades into a blur. The loneliest place to be. The tide is pulling us further apart, two separate islands with a broken heart. Good night, my love, across the great divide, just two castaways on the opposite side. An ocean between our sheets, no way to cross. We built a castle out of matches on a windy hill, knowing damn well that the air was bound to kill. I watched you strike the match and hold it to the floor, and we just stood there watching, leaning by the door. It was the sweetest kind of ruin, a cinematic glow, as everything we used to be began to slow. You look so stunning with the fire in your eye, on our paradise. We knew the expiration date before we even started. Two lonely travelers destined to be broken-hearted, but we danced inside the ashes as the rafters fell, making a heaven out of our own personal hell. We were a beautiful tragedy tonight, burning so brilliant, running out of light. Look at the wreckage, isn't it a view? The most gorgeous disaster that I ever knew. I'd let you break my heart 1,000 times again, just to live the chapters before we hit the end. Yeah, we crashed and we burned, but oh, we were a sight, a perfectly beautiful tragedy tonight. There's a twisted piece of metal where our initials sat, a bittersweet reminder of a love that went flat. They'll write a story about the way we fell apart, a masterclass of damage to a fragile human heart. You left a trail of footprints through the soot and the grime, and walked away a winner at the end of the time. But I'm still standing in the smoke, smiling through the tears, 'cause that was the greatest show I've seen in all my years. Some loves are built to weather through the passing of the age, and some are meant to burn up on the very first page. I don't regret a single spark, I don't regret the sting of a boy and a girl who ruined everything. It was a flawless execution, an elegant design, and for a little while the catastrophe was mine. Yeah, we were a beautiful tragedy tonight, burning so brilliant, running out of light. Look at the wreckage, isn't it a view? The most gorgeous disaster that I ever knew. I'd let you break my heart 1,000 times again, just to live the chapters before we hit the end. Yeah, we crashed and we burned, but oh, we were a sight, a perfectly beautiful tragedy tonight. The smoke is clearing, the embers are dead, and I'm repeating every word that you said. A glorious failure, a spectacular fall, the prettiest nightmare of them all, a beautiful tragedy, and the lights go black. I used to feather float through the days when you were mine, light as the smoke from a candle, warm as summer wine. But the day you packed your bags and left without a fight. Gravity shifted its axis in the middle of the night. Now I drag my feet across the kitchen floor like a prisoner chained to a ghost behind the door. I try to lift my chest to take a simple, easy breath, but there's a massive boulder sitting in the space you left. I thought that grief would make me hollow, make me float away, turn my memories into ashes, thin and soft and gray. But it's done the opposite, it's pulling me right down, sinking me like iron in the center of this town. I'm carrying a heart made of heavy stone tonight. It doesn't beat, it doesn't break, it just shuts out the light. A solid mass of sorrow where your love used to grow, sinking deeper in the chest than anyone could know. Somebody tried to ask me out to dinner yesterday. They reached across the table just to brush a tear away, but when they touched my hand, they felt the sudden chill of a structural collapse that's perfectly still. You can't spark a fire on a cold and jagged rock. You can't restart a rhythm when it's frozen in the clock. I smiled and said I'm sorry, but I think I have to go. My chest is just too heavy for a superficial show. They say that water wears down mountains over a million years, so I'm flooding this quarry with the river of my tears, hoping that the salt water will smooth the jagged edge and wash away the anger that's cemented on the ledge. But the stone is stubborn and it absorbs the pain, turning into granite underneath the pouring rain. It's too much to carry on. It's pulling me under. It's dropping through the floor. I don't think I can lift this damage anymore. Just a cold gray rock where the pulse used to be, a permanent weight at the bottom of the sea. A heart made of heavy stone, and it's dragging me down. We used to talk about 50 years down the line, how our rocking chairs would touch, how your hand would fit in mine. We drew our maps in permanent us stranded on a dead-end street, and we're a long way from forever tonight. The stars we used to follow have lost all their light. We were supposed to grow, we were supposed to stay true. Now I'm standing in a future that doesn't have you. Just a broken promise on a winding road, carrying a love that turned into a heavy load. Yeah, we're a long way from forever. I found an old postcard tucked inside a book with a picture of the cabin that we never took. You wrote always and always in a slanted blue font. Now it's just a ghost of the things that we want. I still wear the watch that you bought from my wrist, counting down the seconds of the moments we missed. We were running so fast to a beautiful horizon, blinded by the light of the sun that was rising. But the road fell out from under our feet and left us stranded on a dead-end street. And we're a long way from forever tonight. The stars we used to follow have lost all their light. We were supposed to grow, we were supposed to stay true. Now I'm standing in a future that doesn't have you. Just a broken promise on a winding road, carrying a love that turned into a heavy load. Yeah, we're a long way from forever. How did always turn into not anymore? How did we end up on opposite shores? I'm screaming at the distance, I'm reaching through the dark, trying to reignite a microscopic spark. But the miles keep growing and the clock keeps turning on a bridge that we didn't even know was burning. Now we're a long way from forever. The taillights are faded in the rainy weather. We were supposed to be timeless, we were supposed to survive. Now I'm just trying to make it home alive without you by my side. The map is torn, the compass is broken, the final words have been spoken. Forever is gone, and the road goes on a long way from you. The asphalt is still radiating the heat of the day, and the lightning bugs are putting on their quiet display. I'm sitting alone on the hood of this old Chevrolet, watching the sunset bleed from orange to gray. This is the spot where we used to talk until dawn. The summer is here, and you are completely gone. The air is thick with the scent of jasmine and pine, and the crushing weight of a love that's no longer mine. The radio's playing that song we used to know, but it sounds so heavy and it plays so slow. Every warm breeze that brushes against my skin is just a reminder of the shape that you were in. Oh, I'm haunted by the ghosts of summer nights, dancing in the shadows of the dashboard lights. I can still feel your wet hair pressed against my chest, back when we thought that the sun would never go to rest. Now the July moon is a cruel mocking eye, watching me wander through a paradise of goodbyes. Yeah, I'm running from the ghosts of summer nights. I walked down to the boardwalk earlier today, watched the waves wash the kids' sand castles away. I found our initials carved deep in the pier, but they look so weathered after just 1 year. The Ferris wheel is turning against the dark blue sky, a giant circle of memories that will never die. Everyone's laughing, everyone's falling in love under the same stars we used to complain about above. Why does the warmth have to feel so freezing cold? Why do the sweetest memories grow so damn old? I'm drowning in July, I'm suffocating in the heat, walking down a crowded, sun-drenched, lonely street. I take a bit of winter, I take a freezing rain, anything to numb this sun-baked heavy pain. Cause I'm haunted by the ghosts of summer nights, dancing in the shadows of the dashboard lights. I can still feel your wet hair pressed against my chest, back when we thought that the sun would never go to rest. Now the July moon is a cruel mocking eye, watching me wander through a paradise of goodbyes. Yeah, I'm running from the ghosts of summer nights. The crickets are singing, the neon sign flickers out, leaving me alone with every single doubt. The season will change, the leaves will eventually fall, but right now I'm stuck in the middle of it all, just the ghost of summer nights. And a sunburn on my heart. I haven't moved the armchair where you used to sit and read. I haven't changed the channel, I just let the static bleed. The air is heavy, frozen in the shape you left behind, like a photograph that's burning in the corners of my mind. Every corner holds a promise that you simply couldn't keep, and the dust is settling slowly on the place we used used to sleep. It's a strange kind of crowded when you're entirely alone. Every shadow has a memory, every echo has a tone. I'm surrounded by the ghosts of what we used to be, and the emptiness is staring right back at me. Oh, I'm suffocating in a room filled with your absence tonight, trying to find a breath of air, trying to find the light. But the walls are closing in with the words you didn't say, and the space where you belong is just a terrifying gray. You took your clothes, your keys, your heart, and walked right out the door, but you left the heaviest nothing sitting on the floor. Yeah, I'm trapped inside a room filled with your absence tonight. There's an outline on the nightstand where your coffee mug would stay, a little ring of white that time just will not wash away. I talk to the curtains, I beg the floorboards for a sound, just a single validation that you once were around. But the silence is a physical thing. It's standing in the hall, leaning its heavy shoulders right against the drywall. I could pack up all my bags, I could pack up and leave, find a different city where my chest can learn to breathe. But the architecture of you is built into my bones, and a change of scenery won't fix these broken stones. How can an empty apartment feel so violently full of the agonizing gravity of your phantom pull? Suffocating in a room filled with your absence tonight, trying to find a breath of air, trying to find the light. But the walls are closing in with the words you didn't say, and the space where you belonged is just a terrifying gray. You took your clothes, your keys, your heart, and walked right out the door, but you left the heaviest nothing sitting on the floor. Yeah, I'm trapped inside a room filled with your absence tonight. The clock keeps ticking, but the time is standing still. I don't think the vacancy in here will ever fill. Just four cold walls and the shadow of your face, and a heartbreak that occupies the entire space. A room filled with your absence, and I'm locked inside. The streetlights outside are flickering in time to the slow, heavy beat of this chest of mine. I sit at the bench of this upright grand, staring at the space where you used to stand. The keys are like teeth in an open smile that hasn't been real in a long, long while. I strike a low C just to fill up the room, a solitary note in a beautiful doom. It's funny how silence can make so much noise when it's laced with the phantom remains of your voice. I'm our tragedy into a score, conducting the shadows that pool on the floor. Oh, I'm writing a symphony for the lonely tonight, playing our heartbreaks in black and in white. The violins weep for the things that we lost, and the cello's counting up what the love cost. Every sharp crescendo is a memory of you, and the minor chords bleed a deep shade of blue. I'm the lonely conductor of an empty hall, singing a symphony to the drywall. The second movement starts when the clock strikes 3. The brass section mimics your cold phrasing to me. I love you but I can't stay. The oboes repeat, a woodwind disaster on a one-way street. I look at the sheet music blurred by my tears. We wrote such a beautiful prologue for years, but the arrangement unraveled, the tempo got fast, and we became a masterpiece that couldn't last. I'm pulling the strings until they start to snap, trying to bridge this impossible gap. I want a resolution, a sweet major chord, but the orchestra's tired and the audience is bored. It's just me and the ghost of a love so sublime, beating my hands to a broken time. The sheet music falls, the instruments fade, leaving me here in the mess that we made. Just a final soft trill on a high, fragile key, a sonic reminder of you and of me. A symphony for the lonely, and the curtain finally falls. We were standing at the edge of something beautiful and true. I had the ring inside my pocket, looking straight at you. The timing was a fraction of the stars refused to line. We had all the right ingredients, but ran out of time. You were packing up your boxes for a city in the west, while I was holding back the heavy secrets in my chest. We were a masterpiece that never got to find a frame to match, and sparks that couldn't quite survive the rain. Brush strokes on a canvas that laughed when the ice cream started to drip. We looked just like a couple in a classic black and white, two puzzle pieces fitting in the perfect kind of light. But the edges started fraying when the autumn turned to cold, and we let go of the future that we wanted to hold. We were a masterpiece that never got to find a frame, two matching sparks that couldn't quite survive the rain. Brush strokes on a canvas that the water washed away, left with all the words we never got to say. We were almost a forever, but not quite enough. Almost a lifetime built on unconditional love. We almost made it through the storm to see the morning sun. Now we're just a beautiful story that never got begun. A fraction of an inch from where the happy ending lies. Almost perfect in each other's eyes. Almost is a shadow that follows me around, the cruelest little word that my heavy heart has found. It's a near miss on the highway, it's a closing theater door. It's knowing what we had, but knowing we could not be more. I was so close to holding you for the rest of my days. Now I'm just watching you disappear into the haze. Yeah, we were almost a forever, but not quite. Just a pair of shooting stars fading out into the night. I reached out for your hand, but the distance grew too wide, and the space between us turned into a rising tide. We were so close to the other side. A near miss, a closed book, one last lingering look. So close to forever, but not quite. Goodbye. Goodbye. I reach out my hand in the middle of the night, looking for the warmth that used to feel so right. But my fingers only meet the cold cotton thread, and a terrifying silence at the edge of the bed. You're lying right there, only inches away, but it feels like a coastline in the fading gray. We're sharing a mattress, we're sharing a roof, but the distance between us is the ultimate proof that a heart can be broken while holding someone tight in the suffocating quiet of a Tuesday night. Oh, there's an ocean between our sheets tonight, deep and dark and swallowing the light. I can hear the waves crashing in the space between the coldest water that I've ever seen. Two different ships lost in separate time. I remember the days when we tangled our toes, and the space in the middle was a place no one goes. Now it's a canyon, a current so strong, it washes away where we used to belong. Did the love run aground? Did the anchor just break? How many storms does a promise take? I'm crying out loud, but the wind is too loud. We're a tragedy hidden inside of a cloud. I touch your shoulder, but you don't even stir, and the ghost of us fades into a blur. The loneliest place to be. The tide is pulling us further apart, two separate islands with a broken heart. Good night, my love, across the great divide, just two castaways on the opposite side. An ocean between our sheets and no way to cross. The polished black enamel's losing shine, a gray coat settling on the ivory keys. The middle C is out of tune like mine, a flat tone drifting on a lonely breeze. I used to sit right here and watch your hands move smoothly through the chords we used to love. But time has shifted all our golden sands and left me staring at the roof above. I trace a line across the upper register, the powder coats the tip of my right hand. I still remember how in love we were before our symphony turned into sand. And now there's dust on the piano in the hall, right where our favorite music used to fall. The melodies we built to grow and dim, choked out by the silence at the rim. Too broken, and I'm way too proud to face the keys that used to hold our glow, now covered in the dust of long ago. The sheet music is open to the page where we forgot to turn the corner down, a testament to our final stage before you packed your things and left the town. I strike a low chord just to break the spell. The heavy bass notes rattle in my chest. It sounds exactly like a funeral bell for everything we buried with symphony turned into sand. And now there's dust on the piano in the hall, right where our favorite music used to fall. The melodies we built are growing dim, choked out by the silence at the rim. I wanna play our song and make it loud, but I'm too broken and I'm way too proud to face the keys that used to hold our glow. Now I'm covered in the dust of long ago. Will someone else come clean away the gray and sit right down to play a brand new song? Will they erase the things we used to say and fix the notes that we were playing wrong? Or will the keys just stay as white as bone? A monument to standing all alone. Cause there is dust on the piano in the hall, right where our favorite music used to fall. The melodies we built are growing dim, choked out by the silence at the rim. I wanna play our song and make it loud, but I'm too broken and I'm way too proud to face the keys that used to hold our glow. Now covered in the dust of long ago. The last note fades, the room goes still. I close the lid, I know I always will. A silver streak where I drew my hand, just dust on the piano in a lonely land. Built a castle out of matches on a windy hill, knowing damn well that the air was bound to kill. I watched you strike the match and hold it to the floor, and we just stood there watching, leaning by the door. It was the sweetest kind of ruin, a cinematic glow, as everything we used to be began to slow. You looked so stunning with the fire in your eyes, bringing down the curtain on our paradise. We knew the expiration date before we even started. Two lonely travelers destined to be broken-hearted, but we danced inside the ashes as the rafters fell, making a heaven out of our own personal hell. We were a beautiful tragedy tonight, burning so brilliant, running out of light. Look at the wreckage, isn't it a view, the most gorgeous disaster that I ever knew? I let you break my heart 1,000 times again, just to live the chapters before we hit the end. Yeah, we crashed and we burned, but oh, we were a sight, a perfectly beautiful tragedy tonight. There's a twisted piece of metal where our initials sat, a bittersweet reminder of a love that went flat. They'll write a story about the way we fell apart, a masterclass of damage to a fragile human heart. You left a trail of footprints through the suit and the grime, and walked away a winner at the end of the time. But I'm still standing in the smoke, smiling through the tears, 'cause that was the greatest show I've seen in all my years. Some loves are built to weather through the passing of the age, and some are meant to burn up on the very first page. I don't regret a single spark, I don't regret the sting of a boy and a girl who ruined everything. It was a flawless execution, an elegant design, and for a little while the catastrophe was mine. Yeah, we were a beautiful tragedy tonight, burning so brilliant, running out of light. Look at the wreckage, isn't it of you the most gorgeous disaster that I ever knew? I'd let you break my heart 1,000 times again, just to live the chapters before we hit the end. Yeah, we crashed and we burned, but oh, we were a sight, a perfectly beautiful tragedy. The smoke is clearing, the embers are dead, and I'm repeating every word that you said. A glorious failure, spectacular fall, the prettiest nightmare of them all. A beautiful tragedy, and the lights go black. I'm retracing the steps to the very last night, before the static moved in and swallowed the light. Your keys on the counter, the clock on the wall, ticking so loud in the empty hall. We were shouting in colors, a chaotic display, full of angry red words we didn't mean to say. But I take the scream and the tears and the fight over the static that holds me tonight. It's the quiet that hurts, it's the absence of sound, the heavy white noise when you're not around. I never knew volume could drop down so low, until the moment you turn round to go. Take me back to the noise, back to the road before the slam of the front apartment door, back when we still had the breath to explain, before the numbness replaced all the pain. I'd give anything just to hear your voice, even sober, back before the silence took over. Now I sit in the kitchen and talk to the air, hoping an echo will sit in your chair. But the radio's dead and the television's gray, just like the feeling you took when you went away. We used to have playlists that lasted for hours, now it's just the sound of dying flowers. They say that peace is a beautiful thing, but it's a cage where a bird cannot sing. Your unsaid goodbye is a weight in the room, is suffocating, slow moving doom. If you're gonna break me, then do it out loud. Don't leave me lost in this deafening cloud. Still before the silence took over. The quiet is heavy, it's starting to freeze. I'm begging the shadows down on my knees. Just whisper my name, give me a sign. Don't leave me stranded on this broken line. Before the silence took over, now it's all that's left. Now it's all that's left. I'm sweeping up the pieces on the floor, the delicate remains of what we were. A teacup that you brought from Singapore, I shattered in a quiet white hot blur. It slipped right through my fingers in the dark, the way our promises began to slide, leaving behind a deep, jagged mark, and all the secrets that we used to hide. It took a single second to collapse, a lifetime of care reduced to dust. I'm staring at the spaces and the gaps, replaying the destruction of our trust. And now it's just broken porcelain in my hands, the ruins of our beautifully made plans. Sharp white edges cutting through the skin, showing where the heartbreak must begin. We built a palace out of fragile clay, watched it crack and slowly fall away. No glue can fix the damage that we made as all our finest patterns start to fade. The cabinet looks so empty by the wall, a hollow display case of happier years. I touch the vacant shelf and feel the fall of everything we built through joy and tears. You always said that we were made to last, as fine and strong as royal dynasty. But one cold wind from our traumatic past was all it took to break our symmetry. It took a single second to collapse, a lifetime of care reduced to dust. I'm staring at the spaces and the gaps, replaying the destruction of our trust. Now it's just broken porcelain in my hands, the ruins of our beautifully made plans. Sharp white edges cutting through the skin, showing where the heartbreak must begin. We built a palace out of fragile clay, watched it crack and slowly fall away. No glue can fix the damage that we made as all our finest patterns start to fade. In Japan they fix the cracks with gold to make it beautiful and strong and old, but we don't have the patience or the art to mend the fractures of a bleeding heart. We'd rather throw the shattered parts away than try to salvage pieces of the grave. Sharp white edges cutting through the skin, dustbin's full, the floor is bare, but I still see your shadow standing there. One tiny shard left in the light, just broken porcelain to end the night. I look in the mirror, but I don't see my face, just the invisible marks that you left in this place. There are no purple shadows, no cuts on my skin, but I'm bleeding from places deep down within. You didn't use hands, no, you didn't have to. You just opened your mouth and the wreckage ensued. They say sticks and stones are the things that will break you, but the silence that follows is what will awake you to the damage that's done, to the air growing cold from the heaviest stories that never get told. Oh, these bruises are left by words, they don't fade away, they don't change to yellow. At the end of the day, they stay in the quiet, they throb in the dark. Every cruel thing you uttered has left its own mark. A heartbreak in English, a soul torn apart by the quiet violence of a careless heart. You called it the truth, said you're just being real, with a clinical coldness you wanted me to feel. Now your sharp-edged vocabulary rings in my ears, and I'm drowning inside a collection of fears. I can still hear the echo of how you said goodbye, like a weapon you sharpen just to make me cry. Medicine can't reach the ache in my chest, where the ghost of your anger is taking its rest. I'm wrapping bandages over the things that you said, trying to quiet the screams going on in my head. You broke me with language, you shattered my name and left me alone in the ash of the blame. Yeah, these bruises are left by words, they don't fade away, they don't change to yellow. At the end of the day, they stay in the quiet, they throb in the dark. Every cruel thing you uttered has left its own mark. A heartbreak in English, a soul torn apart by the quiet violence of a careless heart. Now the house is so quiet, the vocabulary's gone, but the impact remains as the night turns to dawn. I'm learning to heal, learning how to speak new without the vocabulary given by you. But I still feel the sting of the bruises left by your words. I stood at the edge and I offered the sea, ready to give all the depths inside me. But you like the safety of staying close to the shore. You took what was easy and never asked for more. I painted our future in ocean deep blue, while you barely let the water wash over your shoes. I compromised all of my oceans and tides just to stay by your side. With my foolish pride, they say you can't sink where the water is low, but they never loved you, so how could they know? I'm drowning in the shallows of you, suffocating in a puddle of love untrue. I wanted an ocean, but you gave me a stream, a beautiful illusion, a half-hearted dream. I'm sinking so fast where the water is clear, losing my breath now that you are not here. It's the cruelest way to bid love adieu, drowning in the shallows of you. And the weather turned cold and the sky started to gray. You didn't even struggle, you just walked right away. You simply stood up and stepped out of the tide. Not a drop on your skin, not a tear that you cried. You watched me go under from the dry, steady land, brushing the memories right off of your hand. It's a tragic joke to the people who see how a fraction of your love was enough to break me. I didn't need a storm, I didn't need a wave, just your lukewarm promises digging my grave. How does a broken heart forget how to float when you were the water and you sank the boat? You're walking away in the fading light. I'm down on my knees in the sand and the clay, praying these feelings would just wash away. Drowning in the shallows, and you didn't even look back. Brew a morning pot for two again, staring blankly at the rising steam, forgetting for a second where we end, awaken from a sweet recurring dream. I set your favorite mug across from mine and pour the dark roast that you always chose. But time becomes a cruel, shifting line as the steam clears out and the kitchen freezes close. The sun is climbing up the window pane, but I can't seem to shake this midnight chill. I shout your name into the quiet rain, but your empty chair is sitting perfectly still. And now I'm drowning in these cold coffee memories, sifting through the fragments of our history, the bitter taste of everything we lost, left out on the counter, paying up the cost. You used to warm me up when nights were cold, but now I'm grasping at a hand I used to hold, stuck inside a kitchen built for two, swallowing the bitter truth of losing you. The surface of the liquid starts to glaze, a perfect mirror showing my despair. I trace the rim and think of happier days before you packed your things and cleared the air. We used to talk until the cup ran dry, laughing at the way the hours flew. But now I sit alone and wonder why the sweetest blend could turn so fast to rue. The sun is climbing up the window pane, but I can't seem to shake this midnight chill. I shout your name into the quiet rain, but your empty chair is sitting perfectly still. And now I'm drowning in these cold coffee memories, sifting through the fragments of our history, the bitter taste of everything we lost, left out on the counter, paying up the cost. You used to warm me up when nights were cold, but now I'm grasping at a hand I used to hold, stuck inside a kitchen built for two, swallowing the bitter truth of losing you. Should I tip the porcelain and let it drain, wash away the remaining trace of all this pain? Or do I let it sit another hour or three, just to keep a piece of what you used to be? The sugar didn't dissolve, it's resting at the base, a heavy little graveyard in an empty space. 'Cause I'm still drowning in these cold coffee memories, sifting through the fragments of our history, the bitter taste of everything we lost, left out on the counter, paying up the cost. You used to warm me up when nights were cold, but now I'm grasping at a hand I used to hold, stuck inside a kitchen built for two, swallowing the bitter truth of losing you. It's freezing to the touch, the morning's getting late. I guess there's nothing left for me to wait. I pour it down the sink and watch it slip away, just cold coffee memories to start another lonely day. sweeping up the pieces on the floor, the delicate remains of what we were. A teacup that you brought from Singapore, I shattered in a quiet white hot blur. It slipped right through my fingers in the dark, the way our promises began to slide, leaving behind a deep, jagged mark, and all the secrets that we used to hide. It took a single second to collapse, a lifetime of care reduced to dust. I'm staring at the spaces and the gaps, replaying the destruction of our trust. And now it's just broken porcelain in my hands, the ruins of our beautifully made plans. Sharp white edges cutting through the skin, showing where the heartbreak must begin. The cabinet looks so empty by the wall, a hollow display case of happier years. I touch the vacant shelf and feel the fall of everything we built through joy and tears. You always said that we were made to last, as fine and strong as royal dynasty. But one cold wind from our traumatic past was all it took to break our symmetry. It took a single second to collapse, a lifetime of care reduced to dust. I'm staring at the spaces and the gaps, replaying the destruction of our trust. And now it's just broken porcelain in my hands, the ruins of our beautifully made plans. Sharp white edges cutting through the skin, showing where the heartbreak must begin. We built a palace out of fragile clay, and watched it crack and slowly fall away. No glue can fix the damage that we made, as all our finest patterns start to fade. In Japan, they fix the cracks with gold to make it beautiful and strong and old. But we don't have the patience or the art to mend the fractures of a bleeding heart. We'd rather throw the shattered parts away and try to salvage pieces of the gray. Cause it's just broken porcelain in my hands, the ruins of our beautifully made plans. Sharp white edges cutting through the skin, showing where the heartbreak must begin. We built a palace out of fragile clay, and watched it crack and slowly fall away. No glue can fix the damage that we made, as all our finest patterns start to fade. The dustpan's full, the floor is bare, but I still see your shadow standing there. One tiny sharp left in the light, just broken on the edge of your old photograph, right on the border where we used to stand and laugh. A tiny drop of red begins to bloom against your face, a sudden stain of color in this cold, forgotten space. I press my hand against my chest to stop the hidden ache, but physical reminders are the hardest ones to take. The blood is warm, the room is cold, the midnight clock is slow, as I watch our final memories begin to lose their glow. A little cut can heal inside a week or maybe two, but there's an open fracture left from losing you. I try to wipe the scarlet stain before it leaves a mark, but everything is bleeding as I sit here in the dark. And now the crimson tears falling from a broken heart, staining every single piece of what you tore apart. A painful shade of red where all our brightest gold used to be, washing out the remaining hope inside of me. I'm crying out your name into the heavy, hollow night, bleeding out the memories until the morning light. Just crimson tears drying on my skin, showing where your goodbye cut its way right in. The bathroom mirror shows the damage that your silence made, the vivid color of our summer starting now to fade, except the heavy circles resting underneath my eyes, a dark and swollen tribute to your sudden sharp goodbyes. I wash my hands and watch the water turn a ghostly pink, replaying every bitter word you left beside the sink. It's funny how a love so deep could end in so much red, leaving me to suffocate inside an empty bed. A little cut can heal inside a week or maybe two, but there's an open fracture left from losing you. I try to wipe the scarlet stain before it leaves a mark, but everything is bleeding as I sit here in the dark. And now the crimson tears falling from a broken heart, staining every single piece of what you tore apart. A painful shade of red where all our brightest gold used to be, washing out the remaining hope inside of me. I'm crying out your name into the heavy, hollow night, bleeding out the memories until the morning light. Just crimson tears drying on my skin, showing where your goodbye cut its way right in. Is it red where you were sleeping, or is everything just gray? Did you wash away my presence when you chose to walk away? While I am painting floors with the color of my grief, desperately searching for a second of relief, you carved your name into my soul and then you pulled a blade, leaving me to bleed inside the wreckage that we made. Cause they are crimson tears falling from a broken heart, staining every single piece of what you tore showing where your goodbye cut its way right in. The bleeding stops, the water clears, but I am left alone with all these heavy years. A faded stain upon the floor, just crimson tears. And you don't love me